Oh, is that what you do when you're counting out the pills?
Yeah,
hold up, I need to graph this real quick.
Jesus Christ, the fucking insulin? I definitely got the calculator on that shit.
Y equals X times.
No, I don't do X's.
Hello, and welcome to the Not Good Enough Podcast.
This show is where David and Andy recap every week about what is happening in their world and the world around them.
This is episode 2. Twice the microphones, twice the episode. So how have you been? It's actually been a couple of weeks.
It's been a couple of weeks.
I mean, I canceled on you one time, and then we were supposed to record yesterday, but then you canceled me. Canceled on me for something.
Unknown reasons.
Yeah, life.
Yeah. And we were supposed to record that one.
Thereof.
Yeah, or lack of fun. But no, we were supposed to record a couple of weeks ago, and we tried. I even came over here, and we were trying to figure it out.
Yeah, so
hours.
A lot of our research is actually the articles and whatnot. They're kind of dated.
We tried to update them, but
we tried.
It was too much.
We added a few things tonight, but we'll see what happens. So anyway, David, anything new with you?
Let's see. There's like one major thing, and it kind of affects my whole career ish. There's a law actually on the floor right now of the United States that says if you're under 21, you won't be able to work in the pharmacy. And I'm about to be 20 in a couple days. That means I only have a year. If they pass this law, I have to hopefully hope. Yep, I have to hopefully hope that they pass it next year after I'm 21.
Oh man, that sucks.
Or I'm gonna go to selling drugs illegally on the street, make my money that way.
Well, yeah. I mean, you try to do it now.
Yeah, I have fucking restrictions on everything. Goddamn.
Oh man, red tape galore. Wait, but you're in the pharmacy.
Yes.
So that means you won't be able to work in the pharmacy anymore. So you'll get demoted or something like that.
I'll get demoted, but I might as well just quit because I'm not going back to $10 an hour. I'm fucked up.
Anyway.
What about you, Andy? Anything new with you?
More work responsibilities.
Oh, wow.
Same pay.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, so I work in a print shop, and basically it's a fairly big size. It's like a medium-sized local business. I mean, we do a lot of things, and there's all these little different departments and whatnot. And I've noticed actually today that I'm usually in 2 different departments throughout my day, and it's kind of draining. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you quit your job to go to the print shop, so.
Oh, you're talking about Walgreens?
Yes.
Yeah.
You quit working with me, mind you.
Yeah, I'm.
Where it was fun every day.
I wouldn't call it fun.
It was fun. We had fun. Pause.
I did. It was miserable.
No, I mean,
being in management, and that was my first. I think that was technically like my first corporate job. I do not like corporate. I mean, there's different companies out there that's made for different people. You know what I mean? There's people that love corporate. Oh, I can do 9 to 5, blah blah blah. But those are the suits. We didn't do 9 to 5.
I'm more of a sweats guy.
Damn, we went till 11 o'clock at night and then have to turn around and be there at 5 in the morning.
That was fun, though.
It was fun because we're delirious.
Yeah, no, we were pretty fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, I was popping caffeine pills and downing it with energy drinks, and you were trying to do the same thing.
I did better. I went up to you.
Okay.
I definitely went up to you.
How'd that work for you?
I almost ended up in the hospital, but that doesn't matter.
It's the finish line, right? Oh, shit. All right, yeah, so just more work responsibilities. Finally got into the graphic design department a little bit.
Oh, wow. Literally your whole major?
Yeah, twice. Majored twice in that.
Wow, you majored twice in that? It only took 10 years to use it.
2 degrees. 2 degrees, and, both times I went to school, I went for graphic design. And
why'd you go the second time? You were...
Well, here This is back when I was young and naive, which I'm trying. I am so trying to express my previous experiences to the youth of this nation, like yourself, good sir. You are, in fact, younger than me, okay?
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm just trying to be like, don't do what I did.
So what you're saying is do it better.
No, don't try.
Do the same thing, but do more of it.
No,
so you can one-up me.
learn from my mistakes. So,
well,
so
that
the
segue.
first-
That's we could definitely get into that whole getting into school thing, being naive,
Oh,
and going. Yeah.
oh God!
Perfect
don't-
for our headline news.
Yeah, you know what? It's actually gonna be our headline news for tonight. That is a great segue, David.
We have somebody who majored twice, and then somebody who dropped out of college.
Right. So if you're gonna listen to anybody, you should probably listen to me, especially when it comes to an opinion. You know, based on our the United States educational system. I have student loans. I went to school. I completed school. I worked full time during all of that.
Wasn't this like 20 years ago?
I mean, I started college in 2007.
Ah, okay, boomer.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
All right, but first, before we get into the headline news, let's do a little listeners update. Because believe it or not, we have listeners.
Yes.
And
yes.
Most of them are in Florida.
Listeners like yourself.
Yes. And which is not us, even though we do listen to this multiple times. But we have a couple. Most of our listeners are in Florida. We actually have one in Virginia, which I don't know. I don't know how you feel about that, but please listen to this episode.
Yeah. Let's try to make it a goal and be in every 50 states.
Oh man,
that we're literally spreading ourselves out.
Yeah, it's gonna be for episode 205.
So we use Anchor.fm, and that's what we upload our stuff to. And it looks like, according to us, our listeners, you guys, 85% of the first episode was listened by the United States. We had 14%, which is probably just one listener, in France, which is amazing.
I don't know how they felt about this.
It was in Versailles. Is that
What?
how you pronounce it?
Oh, gee, well, we just lost our first French viewer. Versailles.
Versailles. So
I'm so sorry to you, sir. I'm so sorry. Je ne sais pas.
So yeah, most of our listeners are currently in Florida and a little bit in Virginia. So thank you all for listening.
Thank you all. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
we'll try to get this out consistently. You know, we're trying not to cancel on each other. But when there's pussy involved, I'm sorry. I have to go to my priority.
Right, you are. Okay, so on to the next. Anything new with our gear or software?
Completely different from our first setup.
Oh my God, yes it is. So we think that we fixed the background noise level. So I'm kind of excited to see how it comes out this time. And also we're using a mixer with two mics, because before
we try to use. You bought a USB headset, so Andy actually spent money, guys, which didn't end well for him.
Spent money years ago because I've already had it.
Right. Well, you bought the USB mic, and then So we tried to make it work with his computer. It didn't want to catch two inputs. It wasn't like reading my microphone and then also his at the same time. So it was pretty rough trying to get that all together. We downloaded a couple programs, still didn't work. It was like 6 hours, no, not 6 hours, but it was like 3-4 hours that I was here.
Yeah,
trying to
for
fix
something that we just want to do for maybe an hour.
I know. Jesus. The amount of commitment.
It's all trial and error right now. But so currently I have a mixer because I used to DJ. So I have a mix deck and I have a mixer. This is a 6-channel mixer, so more than enough to to do what we need to do because we just need 2 channels. So I got that plugged in, and then I got it hooked up to the tower as one single input, and nothing is on fire right now. So it looks like it's working just fine.
That's good, because we've been talking about this podcast for like 3 years now. It's been a while.
I just
2.5
really
years.
didn't have the drive or the energy.
Yeah.
To try. You know, it's the fear of the unknown. You know, you just don't want to like jump off the. I don't know.
Oh, you were quick to try to butcher the city of Versailles. And that was Andy's.
On to the headline news. So we are talking about student debt. Any of our listeners have student debt? I'm pretty sure. Maybe.
You could let us know on our website. You could let us know. We have allowed comments to come in.
That's right.
Let us know how bad we're doing, because we're not going to be good enough.
That's right. You can check out our website. We upload to Anchor and YouTube, but we also have our own website, notgoodenoughpodcast.weebly.com. And you'll be able to do comments on there.
Send
hopefully,
us suggestions, comments on what's happening in your life.
Yeah,
maybe we'll bring it up on a future episode.
Oh, we'll most definitely will.
Funny stories. I really appreciate that, because I could delve deep. I have some pretty fucked up shit.
Yeah. Poor David over here.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so we can talk about pretty much anything. Doesn't have to be like current news or anything like that. It could be like, hey, I got a question about relationship issues, and everything's gonna be completely anonymous because it's the internet.
Exactly. So
yeah,
we won't call you out.
Yeah, so we can do comments on YouTube. We can do on our website, notgoodenoughpodcast.weebly.com. And I don't know if there's a comment feature on Anchor as of yet, but, who knows? But anyway, on to the headline news. Student debt. David, did you know that student debt is over $1.6 trillion? And hardly anyone is paying down their loans.
Yeah, I just found that like 20 minutes ago when we went over the script.
Fascinating. Yes, this is so sad to think about. I personally have found my Lord and Savior,
Ramen noodles?
Dave Ramsey.
Oh, Dave Ramsey?
Dave Ramsey. This guy, believe it or not, David, I'm very good with numbers. I love crunching numbers. I love counting money. I like doing all this stuff. I feel like I'm very thrifty. Looking back and reflecting on what I have and have not done, it looks like the only thing that I was outside of my budget was going to school. So everything else was okay, but the only thing I couldn't afford to do was go to school, and I went to school.
Twice.
Now, yes, I did go to school twice, but the first time was completely free. My first degree was totally paid for.
So
I got a scholarship.
Let me get this straight.
I got a freaking free ride, man.
Let me get this straight. You got a degree in graphic design for free.
Yes.
And then you were like, fuck it, I'm going to do it again. But this time I'm going to pay for it.
So, the way that my young mind was thinking was, you know what? I'm going to get a bachelor's degree. I'm going to get a higher education so I can demand more money. You're right. You're right to laugh because it's a terrible logic. Now, nowadays, now that I have the degree, I have to demand more money because I have to pay the loans back. It's not the way that I was expecting it to turn out.
I mean, yeah. Everybody has student debt. I'm like the only one, but that's because I had a free ride, quote unquote. But I only went to like 2 classes, and after that, I was like, Nah, I'm straight up selling drugs. Legally. So far.
So that's why you went into pharmacy.
Yeah, so I don't have any debt, but I know people that have debt. My coworker, he's a pharmacist. Pharmacists make decent bank, all right, every year. He's been a pharmacist for 24 years, 20-something years, right?
You're talking about your best friend?
No.
That's that dude makes like $55 an hour.
Yes, and he's graduated like 20-something years ago. He is still paying off his student loan. Still.
He's doing something wrong then.
Yeah, he's not paying it.
Yeah, he's doing something wrong.
Because you can't reach it's like, who has bottomless fries? Red Robin. It's like bottomless fries. You think they're done, and then they come out with more. And that's what a student loan is basically like.
No.
You think you reached the bottom of the barrel, and there's more money there.
No, it's not true. It's a different mindset. I'm telling you. See, once I started to watch Dave Ramsey, I actually saw the light at the end of the tunnel, and it was not a train coming my way. Okay, like it's the different mentality that you just got to tell yourself you've had enough. You know what I mean? Like, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired is the phrase that they use.
Being tired of sick.
What?
I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of being tired and sick.
Well, you work in a pharmacy. You should probably get that checked out.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, we don't have any masks. Everybody keeps buying this shit.
Oh god, yep. So it's a different mentality to have. It's taking control of your spending. You get a budget. You establish a budget, and what really helped me out is the technique of the debt snowball. Now, are you familiar with the debt oh my god. Are you familiar with the debt snowball?
I believe we talked about it on our makeshift podcast like 2 years ago.
Sure. So, well, it's still the same. It has not melted yet. But the debt snowball is simply like this. So, no matter what the interest rate, the payment, whatever, you line up your different accounts, all your different credit cards to student loans to rent, mortgage or anything like that, car payments, anything that you, anything that you are paying on that is not your mortgage. If you have a mortgage, then you list it smallest balance to highest balance. And then you pay the minimum payment on everything except for the smallest balance. Then after that, anything left over in your budget that you are not utilizing, you put that towards your smallest balance. That is your first snowball. So right now I'm doing pretty good, I think. I'm doing about an average of $100 a week.
Going
for a
into
snowball.
The smallest? Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
And it's not the smallest anymore because I already did the smallest. I'm on the next one. So I'm making progress.
How long have you been doing it?
I don't know. Maybe I really don't know. Within a year's time or something like that. Just getting started. But what happened was like my radiator in my car exploded.
Oh,
so
nice.
Then that put me back like $1,300 some or whatever. So my snowball had to go to that. I had to start paying that off because then that became the smallest balance.
You know what you should have done when your car did that?
Buy a new car.
Yeah.
Because that's a terrible idea.
No. My pharmacist, my boss, she needed new tires. She just bought a fucking new car, dog. Right then and there. Like, they brought the car to work and had her sign while she was working. And she got the car right then and there.
She ordered a car?
She ordered a car, G. Do you know how much? I can't even fathom having that fucking idea. Ordering a car? Just because it needed new tires? Yo, She is on some boss shit right there. All right, that is fire. That is amazing.
What's the term? It's oh god, what is it? It's like flex. Like
she's flex. Wow,
that's a flex move or whatever it's called.
That's a flex move. Yep, absolutely. It's a flex
I can't
move.
think of the term.
No,
Damn.
it's flex, but
that sure.
Yeah, make it sound like flex spending, like somebody's gonna get an HSA card and take it out and spend money on that shit.
But anyway, I mean, that's a ridiculous amount of money right there. You know, just crunch numbers. If you make $55 an hour and you work full time, 40 hours a week, 52 weeks a year, and that's 80 hours.
That's like 5
5
times what I make.
Yes.
I calculated the other day. I make, quote unquote, my net worth or whatever it's called is like $27K. I only get after taxes 22 of that, and then taking out my my electricity and my internet and my rent, I only keep $12,000. But then that still goes to food or whatever the fuck else is going on in my life.
Sure.
$12,000.
Mm-hmm.
My life is so $12,000. What is going on? What am I doing in my life?
Well, we're speaking about the debt snowball, so you don't really have a lot,
I don't have debt, but maybe I can snowball this fucking raise up or some shit.
Sure. I mean, that is a strong tactic. I mean, that is your strongest, tool against debt, which is your income. So if you need more money, then you get more money. It is as simple as that. Like, you work 2 jobs, you work 3 jobs, you do whatever you got to do. But you are somewhat in a good position because you don't have student debt, so you should not get student debt.
Oh no, I already dropped out. I gotta re-sign up to the college. This is lame. Like that.
Now, don't get me wrong, man. Education is important. Colleges, maybe not so much.
Yeah, but look what I've done without college, though. I got into the pharmacy from my first job, which I was working as a cashier, basically, up front. I got promoted back there with no type of knowledge of pharmacy at all. I just knew about Xanax, and that's because all my favorite rappers were fucking singing that.
Sure.
But, I go back there, a couple months' time, I did my PTCB, which is a pharmacy tech thing, certification board exam. I passed it. That was the hardest test. If you ask a lot of people that work in pharmacy, that's the hardest test they've ever taken in their life, and I passed it. And it was just watching YouTube videos. Like, most of the stuff that you can learn in college, you could just learn for free on YouTube. If you could just, wait 5 seconds to hit the skip ad button.
Yeah. Nowadays, the information is out there. Like, if I could go back, I wouldn't go to school again. Like, I would just be done, and because I would probably be in the same spot that I am now, procedurally, but I wouldn't have all the student debt,
But unfortunately, Andy's time was before YouTube. He had
It's
AOL,
true.
and his phone loaded
It's
up
true.
a half centimeter of the page every 10 seconds.
It's called dial-up, David.
I know, I had it. I remember I was trying to bust a nut back when I was like 12 years old, and when it got halfway through, I was like, all right, I'm done. It was like 10 minutes in.
Oh, I didn't even see the whole thing. Anyway, no, actually, timeline-wise, I started college when Facebook came out. Facebook came out or started to be really big in 2007 because that's when I signed up.
That's when I signed up too.
And I was like, oh, what is that? What is that new thing that's out there? And yeah, 2007.
That's when I signed up for it. And I was like 7 or 8. I definitely should not have been on that.
Oh my God, what a child.
I know, my life. My life has been interesting, to say the very least, and I will have to expose my whole self in this podcast because some of this shit is outlandish.
No, but this is a good thing because we're real. We're real people.
Real people.
We're really we're not a influencer or anything like that. Or David might be a bad
influence.
A bad influence,
as I've been told many times. But at the end of the day, we go through stuff, and We go
Sure.
we go through it, we learn from it, and then we tell people this is how you do it better. Like Andy did when he was trying to teach me how to take caffeine.
Listen, here's the thing. Okay, so back then, I was like, because I was working 65 hours a week between 2 different jobs, and both of these jobs were Monday through Friday. It just turned out. So I still had the weekends, which I don't know how the hell that worked out. But it's not like I was living it up. I stayed in bed for 36 hours. All day Saturday and half a Sunday. But I was doing like 14 plus hour days. Like I was just gone and constantly working. So my first job was 8 hours at a print shop, doing design work. And then after that, I had like a 30-minute break to drive over to my next job, and I worked there for 5 hours until 10:30, something like that, 10 o'clock, whatever time that we closed. And so what I did was I just, I took a caffeine pill as soon as I got into my second job, because it's like a cup of coffee, right? So I took it.
A couple weeks down the line, it was like, all right, I gotta pop 2. I gotta pop 3.
Who, me?
Yeah, that's how I did it. I would start out with 1 pill, and then I was like, fuck that. I can't stay awake on 1.
You were doing that. I was not.
Well, you told me how to do it, so you gave me the outline of how you did it, and said you can't do it like I did. Okay, so I did it even better.
I said you can't do it like how I did. Don't do what I'm doing, is what I was saying. I was trying to tell you that don't do what I'm doing, because it's not good.
I don't read that far in between lines.
I was doing what I had to do at the time because I had long days, and you weren't listening. But anyway, back to student debt. Hooray!
Wow, what a segue. We just went through a whole circle.
Right. So, student debt totals more than $1.6 trillion. Can you imagine? Can you imagine, David, having $1 trillion?
It's like a couple 9/11.
That's 1,000 billion.
Yeah.
That's 1 billion million, I think. Does it work that way?
Now you just confused me. I don't think it works that way.
Well, anyway. So the problem is that...
No, wait, hold on. Wouldn't that be a million?
A million?
Yeah, because if 1,000 million would be a billion.
This is terrible. A million? 1,000 million billion trillion.
Yeah.
Damn,
boy. Yeah, man, you know how it. Hey, let me just remind y'all, no college education at all.
What are you trying to say?
Nowadays, it's not necessary.
No, it's not.
It's definitely not necessary. So, yeah, there's a bunch of people with student debt out there that they have gone through all this shit. I guarantee you there's a big percentage of them that are still struggling in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not necessarily regretting going to school, but they're regretting having to go through all that, and then not most of those people don't even have jobs in the field that they graduated in.
Oh, that's absolutely correct. So what I believe my problem is that when there's a lot of problems. I have a lot of problems.
Yeah.
I have a lot of problems. But when I was growing up and I was going through school, elementary school, middle school, high school, everybody was saying, all right, you're going to go to college right after this. All right, you're going to get an education, and then you're going to get a job. You're going to get a good paying job because you got an education. Well, the problem is
they were liars. They all lied.
It's not that they were liars, is that the country was pumping out so many people that had an education versus a vocational study, like a car mechanic or a welder or something like that, plumber. Like, those are high-paying jobs because it's a skill. So you have a lot of educated people that can't do shit. You know what I mean? They they go through school, and that's why there's a lot of internships involved when you go into college, because these people are not having real world education. They just get their face in the books, got their face in on their papers, whatever it is, and they don't know how to world.
What I feel is like, and this is not even just a college, people just go to school just to pass. They don't even learn shit half the time.
Oh, and there's that too, and it's very sad because they don't understand what they're doing.
Exactly. You know how many fourth year interns we've had, fourth year pharmacist interns that come into my pharmacy as for an internship, and they just don't know anything. They're on their fourth year. They're about to graduate soon, and they don't know what the fucking interactions are. They don't know any of it because they only remember the shit for the test. And after the test is done, all right, gotta remember the next stuff. I don't need to remember the thing that happened before.
Yeah,
I'll learn it on the job. And they don't. It's sad. It's pretty sad.
Mm-hmm. So let's get back to this article. So the problem is that I guess the debt totals more than 1.6 trillion, and now it's not shrinking as few borrowers have reduced their balances. I like to say that I am not part of that statistic. It's a little more than half of the people are not making progress on their debt. I am making progress, and I feel really good about that. David, I think that you would make progress, but I'm still not sure. It's like a 50-50 on that.
Actually, I have debt. It's not student debt, though. I start to pay off my medical bill. It's like $1,000. Bro, I have not. They keep sending me mail, and I'm just going to call them up in like 2 years and be like, I never got it.
So this issue, I'm sure a lot of you listeners have known this, but this issue has been a cornerstone for some presidential candidates' campaigns. High student loan balances are having multiple negative economic effects, such as restricting household formation. So I kind of lucked out because I just bought a house. A lot of things happened that I don't want to get into, but I was fortunate enough. I was able to, buy a house, and I got married and moved into this place, and here we are. We're in one of my rooms.
In the place, yeah.
In the place itself. But yeah, outstanding loans total more than 1.6 trillion, more than doubling over the last decade and tripling since 2006, the year that I graduated. This is ridiculous. See, the problem is that when I had 4 loans. One was a Stafford loan. It's a federal issued loan. And the other 3 are private. Now, these private loans, they were like $10,000 and $20,000 or whatever it was, right? So think about it. It's like I can't think of the term, but it's I can't think of it, but it's like I'm like
it's
18, 19, 20 years old, and the bank is loaning me $30,000.
Yeah, because they know you're an idiot.
Every year for 3 years. See, that's the problem.
You didn't buy a house then? Perfect time to buy a house.
No, I was going to school. I could have bought a house.
Sad.
So think about it. Like, the main problem is, there's all about like paying debt off. With these campaigns and whatnot, it's like, oh, we're gonna eliminate debt. We're gonna fix the problem. But really, the problem is that these banks have the green light to continue to issue these loans to these 18-year-olds that don't have any assets to their name. So they're already going out the gate, $50,000 in debt, $100,000, $200,000. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, so I mean, even if they get rid of the problem now, it's gonna arise again soon.
Yeah, it's like giving a broke man like a whole bunch of cash or something like that. Is basically what's happening.
Yeah, giving them
what's
a
happening?
stab of heroin.
Like you didn't teach them how to make that money. You just
handed
them.
it. Yeah.
So they're gonna like blow through it, and then they're gonna be out, and then now what? Oh no.
Oh, can you give me more cash?
One indication that the pressure may alleviate, if only a bit, is that the annual growth rate decelerated. Oh, sorry.
This is the audition read, right? We're gonna cut this part out so you can read this correctly. Oh, and stop them in its tracks.
Yeah.
All right, guys, and with that, we're gonna take a short break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. We took a short little break, like 30 minutes. Here we go, and we're going on to local news here in the beautiful Gainesville forest that we live in.
Southern Georgia, basically.
Basically, yeah. It's like if you go to Felucia from Star Wars and just stay there. It's basically Gainesville. It's just straight up forest.
So, we have a handful of things to talk about with the hometown news. First up, looks like Gainesville-based company develops a digital pill.
What's a digital pill, Andy?
I have no idea.
All right, cool.
Let's see
we
what.
didn't just practice that.
A company named, oh god, Etects RX, ETECTRX, based out of UF's Innovation Hub, has developed a digital pill that could help patients keep track of their medications.
Oh, I thought you just like shared a link to like the atorvastatin that you were taking. You took that shit in the morning. Somebody sends you a link to Xanax and you're like automatically fucking you have no more anxiety.
Oh, well, that's the future right there.
Oh,
so
Lord.
I guess it's gonna be kind of like a one of those push notifications on your phones.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, what really did they invent?
So they developed a ID capsule that is made out of hard gelatin. Gelatin. There we go. I had a long day.
Wow.
Hard gelatin and an embedded ingestible sensor. So this guy's saying...
That was gelatin, now that I think about it. That was gelatin.
You're gelatin. So this guy's talking about you don't go to Best Buy and say, hey, can I buy a in-body radio? There's not a lot of those around.
What's an in-body radio?
I don't know.
That's before both of our times.
Oh, Jesus.
My Lord.
The pill can help doctors and patients know if they are taking their medication on time because, y'all lying.
Y'all some lying hoes right now.
And can even let them know when they missed a dose. So that's nice.
What about overtaking medicine? That happens a lot too. You know, when people I've had.
Would probably...
I've only taken my Klonopin twice a day.
Wait, I did one dose, but I'm like,
how are you out? You're 10 days early.
Yep.
Exactly. You was popping pills.
So you're familiar with that issue.
Oh yeah, I'm not exactly, but I'm completely familiar with this issue.
So all the patients have to do is swallow the capsule with their medication. From there, a receiver around your neck senses the pill. What?
Oh my god.
This is crazy. A receiver around your neck senses the pill in your stomach and turns on a light. Then a notification is sent to your phone with an app.
So you're just chilling in the fucking living room and the fucking light turns on in your stomach. Oh, they made on...
This reminds me of those slave collars in Fallout 4. Those big old collars with like the red flashing light.
No idea, but it's some shit now.
So the ID capsule was detected by. So that's pretty crazy, David. But you got to admit, this is technology, in the works. So
right. I mean, just 10 years ago, who would have told us, or not even 10 years ago, it's 2020, jeez. 15 years ago, nobody would have told us we would be able to touchscreen phones or anything like that. And people would say exactly what I would say right now, which is, this is something unnecessary that we don't need. But in a couple of years from now, I bet we'll look back at this and we'll be like, this was just a critical moment.
I don't know, man. 5 years ago, we're supposed to have flying cars and hoverboards.
Dude, I know. And, I'm so sad that we don't. Because I would be whipping right now in the sky.
Yeah.
I like rolling with the windows down. Just imagine me in the sky, upside down, driving, whipping it.
Yeah. So, on to our next article. This is about, a problem, you could say. It's about panhandling in Gainesville. It used to be really bad, back in the day, 6 years ago when I was doing a lot of nightlife. I would go out there because I was DJing, right? And every time I would park my car, I would be approached by somebody asking for money, and I would tell them, listen, I'm out here trying to get money too. I'm literally trying to work too. I just got off of work. I'm coming out doing my gig. No, I don't have money. I haven't gotten paid yet.
Yeah.
Plus, I didn't have my cash.
But if you're willing to suck my dick, I'll give you $3.
Yeah, you could be my roadie. You can carry all my stuff and deal with all that stuff. So anyway, so on February 11th, this article from CBS 4 News Gainesville, officials respond to panhandling concerns in Gainesville. Gainesville residents and business owners feel there has been an increase in panhandling.
Why can't they just say homeless people?
Because they're not necessarily homeless. They're just out there asking for money. That's the difference.
Dude, honestly, if there's more people, that means there's a business out there for that. Which means I need to be out there asking for money. But I can't wear Adidas because nobody wants to give money to an Adidas
Sure. Well, unless you get them for free.
They don't know that. I have to rip them up a little bit. Then it'll just be like Easy Season 4.
Well, that is kind of the problem, is that people are out there kind of asking for money, and of course it's going to be, in the business standpoint, you don't want your customers to be quote unquote hassled or anything like that. But
they're smart though, because they're right next to UF campus.
Yes.
And you get all these kids,
these
youngins they get anxiety when somebody asks them for some money or somebody comes up to them like that. So they're gonna feel like they need to give that away just to be either to become a good person or because they feel like they just want to get out of that moment. Mm-hmm. I won't do it. I don't give a fuck. Give two shits about you. I don't care about anybody.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. But
not even yourself, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes. But yeah, I remember. It was today. I was driving to work, and there's, one of those main intersections. People were out on the median, standing, at the red light, holding up a sign or whatever, homeless or hungry or whatever it is.
I'm hungry too. I got money.
There's that way. Assuming that they're being legit, they're not just out there to be out there, they actually need help. There are things out there to help them in that situation. I remember something on Facebook. It was about somebody was laid off, but they made a big old poster. It was basically like a business card / resume, and they were out on the street asking for a job. They were trying to get a job. They weren't asking for a handout. They were trying to get work because they had a family. They had to support their family. So that I respect. And I think I remember going down the line with the article, it was the guy had like 100 or so job offers, because of that.
Oh wow! So
these people are asking for change, or do you can actually get a job,
or maybe they already have a job and they can already support themselves, but they're asking for change so they can pay off the student loan. Now we're delving into the problems, ladies and gentlemen, or non-binaries. Yeah. We are delving into these issues and how they all connect to each other.
Yeah, thanks, Obama. I'm just kidding.
Fucking Carter, goddamn.
But yes, so we got some people in this article. They're talking about the more I'm here, the more I recognize there's a lot of homeless. This person's talking about. They are an interior designer. They don't understand why there seems to be an increase. I don't think Gainesville is that big, which I agree. This is a small town.
Yeah, I'm from Miami, so this is a much different type of city.
And they continue, and it doesn't seem proportional to the size of the homeless we have here. Yeah, she's right. The Alachua County Commissioner Ken Cornell sent out an email. Cornell, that one. Sent out an email after. I thought you couldn't see the screen.
I have to close an eye. Doesn't matter.
Sent out an email after reading comments from concerned citizens about panhandling. Cornell
sent out an email.
I guess.
At least he's in a Facebook Live or whatever the fuck is going
something
on
like that. Cornell said that email that I sent was in response to a citizen asking us to address it. So that's why I sent the email to the manager, asking her to bring back some additional recommendations as to what we can do at the county level, and certainly encourage the city to adopt the ordinance. What you think of that?
What did you say?
God damn it.
I get distracted, man. What do you want me to do? I'm 19, about to be 20.
Oh, Lord. So the county's ordinance says people asking for money or holding up signs cannot stand on the median or interact with cars. And that's true.
That's like homeless 101, man. They're supposed to stand on the median and come to your cars.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's very common now. But the problem is that it's dangerous, and it's just for safety reasons. Since a young man was hit and killed at the corner of 23rd and 43rd a few months ago, this person's been very focused on how we help get out of the median.
Dude, that's right next to your job. You work on 43rd and 23rd.
43rd and 23rd. Well, that's 16th. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 16th to 23rd. Yeah, dude, that's like right next to where you work.
Oh yeah, that must have been that intersection. And
that intersection's not that bad though.
Yeah, but people are standing on those medians.
Well, truck shit get hit.
It's sad. Like, they're basically in the road, and it's dangerous.
I got hit by a car. See me whining and bitching and dying and shit.
You got hit by a parked car.
It wasn't. Nah, hold on.
So, I mean, it goes on and on and on. But what do you think, David? Do you think we have a? Well, first of all, you didn't even know what panhandling was.
No, I thought it was a type of food technique or some shit.
Right. But now that you heard a little bit about it, what do you think? Well, you also live in this town, so do you think there's a problem?
Yes. Every time I don't go often, but every time I go to downtown, whether to get a tattoo or go out with my girlfriend, I do see like a outrageous amount of homeless people, quote unquote homeless people, and they're always soliciting. They're trying to, hand out their mixtapes or whatever, and it starts getting, I don't know.
It's so weird. They're handing out cassettes.
it's not like I'm not like cursing them, like I don't want to see them or whatever. Like I know every city has them, but it's just weird. Like they're just posted up like right in front of like shops, like closed, like that are closed for the day, not closed down forever. Yeah. They're not empty.
Right.
They're just posted out, like they'll be posted up in front of a restaurant that just closed for the evening, and they'll just be posted up out there. They're everywhere in every corner. There's like a good amount of them.
Yeah. I agree. There's a lot, and there always has been from as far as I can remember. And now you're talking about homeless people. There's homeless people and panhandling. A lot of times they're together, but then there's panhandlers that are not homeless. But downtown, there's a lot of homeless people, and all they're doing, they sleeping on the sidewalks is basically, up in the little door nooks and all this stuff, and it's a problem, and I can't really do anything about it because I have to work to pay my bills and not be homeless myself.
Yeah, exactly.
I got all my student loans I got to pay off, and like we were talking about.
I gotta go home and jack off. What do you want me to do? I can't do anything about these issues. I have issues of my own. Do I want to go left hand or right hand?
I'm glad you got your priorities straight, man.
Exactly, man. I have to do it.
Oh, God. So, on to our next article. It's another local hometown news, but unfortunately, this is also sad news compared to homeless. There is a very popular venue that was in Newberry. I believe it was Newberry.
Clark Plantation.
It was
not that type of plantation, ladies and gentlemen. It's a different type of one.
It's called Clark Plantation. Unfortunately, they endured a fire, and it kind of burned everything down. So this Newberry mayor has launched a GoFundMe page asking for help. The Clark family has insurance, but not enough to cover everything. So if you don't know, this venue was very popular, and it did a lot of things like weddings and whatnot. And they had things lined up, and it's it's very, very unfortunate because I just got married myself. So if my
you were looking at that
venue,
place, I believe, right?
I don't know.
It's all a blur.
You should ask Savannah that. So they raised a goal of $50,000. That's what they're going for. So far, they got $2,400 as of 3 days ago. So the original story: a family in North Central Florida is devastated after their event venue in Newberry went up in flames and was damaged over the weekend. Now the owners are scrambling to make sure their brides and grooms have a place to get married. The Clark Plantation was a place where couples have shared their first kiss and their first dance.
Aww.
Yeah, maybe one day you'll experience that, David.
Wow.
It touched so many lives, and so many great things were already here. Weddings, fundraisers, they were saying. Mark and Denise Clark say they started booking events at the venue in April of 2016 and will never forget the work that they put into the building. It was a rustic barn with a beautiful inside and beautiful backdrop that you could really make anything from it. From chandeliers to the lights to all the friends who came out to help build this group. This was group effort, they said while describing the venue. So it's very unfortunate because that would suck, if my job burned up. There's a lot of paper in there, man. One little spark. Are you kidding me?
That shit, the whole place is flammable. I've been there a couple times. Yeah, dude. And everybody would be out of a job, and all that money especially them. I bet they had a bunch of appointments lined up
Oh,
for the near
absolutely.
future.
You know, they've been doing this for 4+ years. They were talking about the Clark family has tons of Newberry residents and family rallying together to help them through a tough time. The Newberry city manager said Mark has been getting texts and communication from folks that have offered to take all of their weddings that they have booked, take them and host them in their venue so that the brides and grooms don't have to have that stress. The Clarks say that they do not know exactly what their next step will be, but to hope to rebuild it back to a place full of love. I can't
That's
imagine.
a lot of money that they gotta.
Yeah, and it's not just rebuilding. It's it's the cleanup too. I mean, you got to clear it out. You got to completely build from scratch. I mean, it's never going to be the same. I mean, I've personally have never been there before. Obviously, it has to be pretty good, because they've been in business for 4 years.
And the mayor created a GoFundMe.
Yeah, the mayor.
So it's serious enough for that.
Yeah, they didn't. The mayor did. But that's unfortunate. Sad to hear about that. But it happens. So we're in sunny Florida, right?
Except it's not so sunny now. This bitch cold. It is bird cold outside.
So we have a previous listener in France. We would like to know what your temperature is, because currently our low is 38 degrees, and that's chilly for us.
That's pretty goddamn cold, right? That's pretty damn cold.
Yeah, it's a tit nipply up, man.
What?
What?
What type of backward riddle? What the fuck
the
is
next the next 6
days? The next 6 days?
No, I was looking at the hourly. So we're gonna be in the mid 40s for the next 12 hours.
Yeah. Well, it is nighttime, so that one's understandable. But
Sure.
dude, what was it? Yesterday it was raining. The day before it was raining. Today it was freezing. Dude, I walked out of my house. First off, the wind. I opened my door. The door hit me right back in the face. All right.
That's slam shut in your face.
Slammed right shut in my face. Then, after I actually got the door open, my nipples got on hard way too fast. And I was like, there is an issue here. All right. I did not know it was going to be this damn cold out of nowhere.
Right. I mean, well, it looks like winter finally arrived.
Yeah. A couple.
Game of Thrones fans. Yeah. Winter was coming. They've been talking about it for years.
I'm like 30% of our views. I've never seen it.
Anyway, so for the next week, we're going to be in 60s to 70s, and Wednesday is going to be 79 for the high. And then the following day is going to be raining. Driving it back down to 60s. Great. Fucking Florida, man.
God, my girlfriend has like 3 of my jackets, dude. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. She keeps taking stuff, and I know she's gonna listen to this eventually, and she's like smirking right now. But I'm never gonna get those jackets back. And now she's shaking her head, yes, 100%.
That she's agreeing with you. That
She's agreeing. She is that I'm never gonna see this back again. My Adidas jacket, my Nike jacket. At this point, she has my whole wardrobe.
Well, I mean, shouldn't you just take the jackets back?
You make me laugh. That is never gonna happen. Please, I can't even get my hair tie from like 3 years ago back.
I don't know if you'd want that hair tie back.
I do. It was beige. It was nice. I don't even know what it looks like though.
So on to the next article. David, this is actually something that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah. Y'all, this some shit now. Let me tell you, when I read this, I was at a loss for words, but at the same time, I knew the snowflake people were going to drive this out of proportion.
What are you talking about, snowflake people?
All the sensitive people that you just say one thing and then they break and they're fragile, and they're like a Pop-Tart that should have stayed in the oven a little longer.
Now hold up. so I'm married a counselor, right? And we've gone to couples counseling, right? I've never done that before. It's not like we're having issues or anything like that. It's actually good for you. And I was absolutely, there's no way I'm gonna do counseling ever in my life. But it has actually helped me a lot. So I've gotten more in tune with myself. I've gotten more, we have better communication. We get to know each other better, more of a background and all this stuff. So I feel like I've become more sensitive on things and more appreciative over things. But what did you say? You mentioned these oversensitive people. Now, yes, there are some people that are super sensitive, but it's all about the actions, right? God, So I'm all for hearing what people have to say, because that's one of our amendments. Freedom of speech.
And that's where me and Andy are different.
But
he gives time to listen to it. I don't care about it.
You don't give a damn. But I'm like, no, let me hear what you have to say. But then if it's dumb, I'm gonna tell you it's dumb, and then I will tell you why.
100%.
100%. So
now this is stupid.
so what is so stupid? Please get me going. What is this?
So PETA,
I love PETA bread.
Yeah, PETA Piper picked a pack of yeah, that one. Those people, the pet people, they said that the word pet is derogatory.
What?
To animals. First off, did they get this answer from a fucking rabbit that was able to talk and just suddenly said, yeah, we don't like that shit, actually?
Yeah, this is very interesting. Where do they get this from? Like, did they do a survey with animals or something like that?
Yeah. Lift your paw up if you feel like whenever somebody calls you their pet, you feel kind of, butthurt about it. Dude, please. You can't even speak for that. Dude, let me tell you, my mom has a dog, right?
Yeah.
And he could feel sensitive about her calling him his pet, her pet. But she feeds that motherfucker at the end of the day. She take care of him. She bought him a stroller. He has a whole set of clothes. He has more clothes than me, honestly.
What?
And she feeds him. She takes him outside. She does all of that. And I bet he doesn't feel like that's derogatory, because at the end of the day, she takes care of him.
Sure. I mean, my cat, she's an animal.
Dude, she's going to murder you one day.
Yeah, she is. Man, did you see my ankle? Look at this.
Oh, damn, that can't go. Whew. I'll bit up.
Fuck you. No, I don't even know when this happened, but
it's all a blur.
It's all a blur. I don't know. I feel drugged. Yeah, this is interesting. So we're looking at this article, and it says it's from Good Morning Britain. Is it derogatory to call your four-legged friends pets? The president of PETA has called on animal owners to stop using the word, claiming it's a
patronizing.
Thank you, sir. Term comparable to the treatment of women before feminism. What?
Dude, I don't know what's going on in the world. It's like we reached 2020, and then God was like, all right, I'm going to start fucking with y'all now.
Yeah, he was like, 2019. That was just the intro.
I thought I just got started.
Nah, B. Things are in motion. Well, that's interesting, David, and I'm a loss for words. But it's a good thing we have this graph, because this is a stop using anti-animal language. So I will say the old phrase, okay, David? And then you say what I'm supposed to say, okay? Listeners, take notes, okay? Do you remember the phrase, kill two birds with one stone?
Well, we have to modernize that term to now feed two birds with one scone.
Birds don't eat scones.
Why?
Okay. So instead of saying, be the guinea pig,
You're supposed to be the test tube.
be the test tube.
Be the test tube. Be the test tube.
So
That's what I'm going to tell my girlfriend now. And that's what you should tell your wife now when you guys have sex. And she's like, not really, not tonight. It's all right, babe. Just be the test tube.
that makes no sense.
What do you mean?
Okay, it's all right. No, let's do it. Be the guinea pig.
No, be the test tube.
Oh, God. David, I think you're beating a dead horse.
Oh, no, Andy, that does not work. It's 2020. You're supposed to feed the fed horse. A bunch of this is just alliteration.
Yes, I understand where they're coming from with the way that they're using the words. Like you're feeding an overfed horse rather than you're beating a dead horse. Sure, it's a positive spin, but I mean, come on. But what about bringing home the bacon?
Oh, no. We can't talk about bacon anymore, Andy. We got to bring home the bagels.
Bring home the bagels.
Which is like some shit that some 25-year-old white man with 3 kids would say.
Right. But what about this phrase? Take the bull by the horns.
That won't work. That's too animal abusive. Like, you have to say, take the flower by the thorns. Now, all we need is religious people to say, you can't use the word thorns. Because Jesus had thorns on his head. And then what? Then we're in a cycle of what we can't say.
It's a vicious cycle, man. We can't. You're looking at me funny. Yeah, it's terrible. Well, that was very interesting, man, because I had no idea that was happening.
You want to find out about some other things you had no idea that was happening?
I don't know. Should I? Audience, what do you think? Should I? All right.
Good thing they
Fine.
can't answer.
Yeah. Okay. It's a good thing you guys aren't here right now. Yeah, shit, man. I live under a rock, so go right ahead.
Me too. But I just found this out, and this is going to be interesting.
Okay.
2 16-year-olds are making the rounds, and we care because they're somehow famous. Bhad Bhabie.
Who?
Bhad Bhabie.
Who?
Catch Me Outside. How about that? That girl. And Skai Jackson.
Who?
Nah, I don't know about that one. I don't know. She's
Skai-
from Disney, apparently.
What?
Skai? I think that's how you say it.
Skai Jackson.
Yep. She's from Disney, apparently. I have no idea about her. They got into some beef. All right.
They got into. Well, it's what's for dinner.
Ground.
Oh, but don't let PETA know.
Look, guys. So this is I just found out about this, and it's wild stuff. So apparently, long story short, Skai is fucking with the rappers that Bhad Bhabie was, or some shit like that. And then Skai is on her Finsta account throwing subliminals. Bhad Bhabie didn't like that too much. So when she was getting her nails did, she done got on Skai's neck.
Got on her neck.
She stepped on her neck, boy. She was on her head, boy. She was on it.
Like actual fighting?
No, this is all metaphorical.
Oh my god.
But then their parents got involved, and that's some crazy shit. This is when I started getting interested. Dude, their parents started getting involved, and they were cussing each other out. Talking about some, oh, I'm from New York too. We can send that Addy. I'm gonna fucking stomp the shit out you. And that's some crazy shit. They're 16, and this is all happening in front of the whole world, and we care. And the only reason we're talking about this right now is because it's just low-key interesting. Some wild stuff.
Listen, man, I am totally speechless on this because I'm like, what? I think I'm aging myself right now.
Oh no, this is. I'm not like this, guys. All right, you listeners out there, I'm not on any type of social media, anything like that. This just showed up when I was looking through the news so I could talk about talk about something on the podcast. All right, and
thanks, man, appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. You know I gotta contribute somehow,
right?
And I just read the headline. Skai Jackson files a restraining order on Bhad Bhabie. And I'm like, oh, how's this? What is this coming to? And it's sad that the Gen Z people are like this. This is why I hate young people.
Well, let's read a little bit in the beginning of this article here, because I don't even know who these people are and why should I care, right? So Bhad Bhabie, she's recognizable as the viral "Cash Me Outside" girl. She issued a stout response to Disney star Skai Jackson after the child actress was granted a restraining order against Bhad Bhabie. You can try to hate me for responding to bulls with more bulls, but what? That's just I'm reading it.
Bullshit with more bullshit.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't they just fucking write that?
It's Fox News.
It's a quote.
It's Fox News. It's Fox News.
Okay, they did hyphens and they didn't do stars. Like, they should have done stars because that's.
Oh
that's
no, they should have done dollar sign. Dollar sign.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Anyway, you can try to hate me for responding to the bullshit with more bullshit. That's what it should read. But that's just who I am, and I don't apologize for none of it. Bhad Bhabie was saying. She's 16 and wrote on Instagram caption on Thursday, which she attached to an image of a plaque for her record, quote, Bestie, featuring Kodak Black, who I also don't know.
He's a Florida rapper.
Florida rapper?
Free Kodak Black. Free him. I would say that's going to date this episode, but this man keeps going in and out of jail. So, free Kodak Black. Whichever session of jail time you're on.
So, it continues on. I've been in this fake-ass Hollywood world for 3.5 years now, and I've done a lot when the whole world said I couldn't. Okay? But I refuse to become as fake as Hollywood is. Y'all can play around on your Finstas fake Instagram accounts.
They added the meaning of it for you.
Good, thank you, because I don't know what the hell that is. I don't use Instagram. But I'll always say what's on my mind, as because that's who I am. Go get your restraining order. I'ma go get checks.
She did
First
this
of all, I'm looking at a picture of Bhad Bhabie, and I'm like, okay, yes. So that is that girl that was on Cash Me Outside, blah, 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 Dr. Phil. But I'm like, what? Who is she? Why is she even popular?
Dude,
because she was on TV.
And she was viral. She was a meme. She's popular, and she capitalized on it, and now she's a rapper. And she's actually, honestly, not even a half bad.
But you still said bad.
But, dude, like, they gave her so much money. On her 16th birthday, that picture that we were looking at,
yeah,
she has a $42,000 encrusted Rolex. And that's all from Dr. Phil money, basically. Like, that's where her exposure came from. That.
Well, why
can't I get exposed like that? But like on a small, I just want some money, bro. I'm trying to buy a house.
I need to get on Dr. Phil. I don't know why, but I need to get on Dr. Phil.
Well, your wife's a counselor, so start
so
going out of control.
Scrolling down, let's check this out. Originally famous for her viral blow up on Dr. Phil, Bhad Bhabie's 2018 single "Hi Bish" has been certified platinum by the RIAA, and she.
Oh my God!
Go back, God damn it!
2 degrees. He can't say the word parlayed.
Shut up. And she parlayed that into becoming the face of Snapchat last year, and racked roughly another. Check this.
$1 million.
$1 million.
$1 million
During her latest 25-city tour. The internet star also signed a 6-month, $900,000 deal with the makeup company copycat beauty, which nests her a percentage of its sales. According to TMZ, if she boosted profits for the company, her deal had the potential to turn into a long-term partnership, or she could score an opportunity to launch her own beauty line of cosmetics. Drop the mic, man. This is ridiculous. I went to freaking school. This is what I'm talking about. I was lied to when I was a kid growing up. I was told to go to school, stay in school, blah, blah, blah. And now you got these things that exist that weren't even a thing back then. Like influencer? Come on.
Hey, dude.
Podcasts? They weren't even a thing.
Yeah, now we're fucking making it. Hopefully we blow up.
Yeah.
Please, blows up. Hey,
blows up, please.
Hey, bro, I'll go to France.
I would love to go to France.
I would love to go to France.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I know some French people hate Americans. I'm not American. I don't have any. I'm Cuban. I don't give a fuck.
I'm human, man. Like that.
Oh, no. Here goes the American. I'm human.
That's not even American. I'm human. Listen, I live on this planet too. All right, like we're freaking one species. We need to stop playing around like it's all split, because it's not.
And he became one of the alphabet people.
The what?
Alphabet people.
The alpha people? Okay.
Alphabet people.
Oh, alpha. You were right the first time.
Oh, fucking white supremacist.
But anyway, oh wait, David, it continues. She isn't shy about flaunting her fortune online. Oh, dude, she's gonna crash so hard. It's gonna be so good. Since her multiple appearances on Dr. Phil, fucking Phil, man, he brought her on multiple times. Seriously?
Yeah, he brought her on one time. She got famous, more famous than him, and then he's like, "Yo, I need you to spot me one back."
Oh,
so she went
damn!
back on.
So he needed her back on to get famous again. That's a damn shame. The viral star turned rapper acquired a Porsche Panamera. What the fuck is that?
Christ,
it's
man.
a Porsche what?
You are so fucking sad. The Porsche Panamera.
That one. She spent $45,000 on a diamond grill. Come on. Who is she, Nelly?
Dude,
this is ridiculous.
I'll spend $45K on a diamond grill.
I just want $45,000. That'd be great.
Oh, dude, I could. That's like half a house that I want. Right
so she spent on $45,000 on a diamond grill and chain in August 2017. You know what I was doing in August 2017? Working at Walgreens, killing myself slowly.
I love working at Walgreens.
You love killing yourself slowly?
No. I'm having a great time over there.
Okay, great. So, and even showed out another $40,000 on a brand new set of porcelain veneers.
She bought a new toilet?
That's the only thing that's porcelain that I know that's a porcelain.
Then again, we don't know shit. We don't have any. We don't have this.
I'm like, money. I don't have this.
That's so out of my fucking budget that I can't know that it exists.
Like,
I'll be so sad.
Like, I don't shop at Walmart. I shop at Aldi's.
Dude, you shop? I don't even go outside.
She also paid off her mother's $65,000 mortgage, according to the gossip site. So, well, that was very nice of her. She, that right there, she actually used her money wisely. So, according to those three things, about half of it was towards her mom, which was good. I think that's what it should be. Help your family out.
My mom keeps going on cruises, so she got to pay her own shit at this point. She's doing it to herself.
Does she invite you along on these cruises?
Yeah, she keeps trying to do it, but I ain't got money for that. I ain't got no time for that.
Oh, I was like, hey, David, you should come on a cruise with me. And you're like, all right, you give me a ticket? And she's like, hell no.
Hell no. So I got kicked out of my house.
Because you wouldn't go on a cruise.
Yeah, well, she invited me.
Okay.
I said, all right. And then after I paid my shit, I was like, nah, G, I changed my mind. She's like, all right, get the fuck out of my house. I moved out like 2 months after.
Wait, so you bought the ticket?
Yeah, no, I lost $1,000.
Why did she then become mad? Because you bought the ticket because she invited you, and then you bought the ticket. You bought your way because she invited you.
Then I changed my mind, so I ruined it because we were supposed to go with my grandma and my brother. But something happened. I have my reasons, but I was like, nah, G, I'm not going.
Well, you should have gave me the tickets. I would have gone.
I was already under my name. We don't look alike.
I look like a David Lopez.
I don't even sound like that.
Anyway, so that kind of sums it up. What an episode, man. We got some weird ass things going on.
You got passionate about student loan debt. Jesus Christ. I got passionate about the weather for some reason.
That's like 13 years in the making.
I got passionate about the weather.
Well, it affects you.
It's motherfucking cold outside. I gotta go back in this bitch to go home.
Yep. Too bad I'm already home. Well, folks, that will wrap it up for this episode of Not Good Enough Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us.
Remember all our platforms. We are on Anchor. It'll eventually go up on Spotify and Google Podcasts and Apple Podcasts soon. We also are on YouTube. Just look up the channel, Not Good Enough Podcast.
That's right.
We also have our own website where you can, like we said earlier in the podcast episode, you can send in comments, send in suggestions, send in whatever you want. Feedback. You guys suck. We know. We're not good enough. But that is at notgoodenoughpodcast.weebly.com. Let us know. Most likely we'll talk about it on the episode after that.
That's right. We just like venting in a way and looking at different things that we might not know on our normal basis. Like you're telling me about that PETA stuff, like, or this Dr. Phil guest person. She's bigger than Dr. Phil now. But yes, as a reminder, so David said it, but it's Not Good Enough Podcast.weebly.com. We have all the listings of our other platforms on the website as well. But search us, you should find us. We're Not Good Enough Podcast. What do you think, David? Do you think it was good enough?
It'll never be good enough.
God damn it.
There's no such thing.
All right. Well, see you next time, hopefully in a week. Okay, guys. Later.
Bye-bye.